The legend of the Carcan bird is a Chilean story. It is a legend from the Patagonia region of southern Chile and is based on the theme of bravery and justice. Once upon a time, in the vast plains and deep forests of Chile, lived a beautiful bird called the Carcan bird. This bird had bright blue feathers that lit up the sky with each flap. The call of the Carcan bird was as gentle as the wind, and everyone was healed by the sound. However, the Carcan bird had one mysterious power. It is the ability to hear all sounds in any place, from above the sky to the bottom of the earth. The Carcan bird knew what was happening in nature by listening to the stories of other birds and animals, hearing the sound of the wind and the flow of the river. One day, the Carcan bird was flying in the sky as usual, and suddenly decided to go down to the ground. There was a small village there, and the villagers were gathered together looking troubled. The Carcan bird quietly watched the situation and listened carefully. The village elder said, "Recently, bad winds have been blowing, crops have stopped growing, there is not enough water, and the animals in the village are not energetic. If this continues, the village may be in danger." The villagers looked at each other anxiously. The Carcan bird heard the conversation and was heartbroken. "Why is it so windy that crops don't grow?" thought the Carcan bird. At that time, the Carcan bird heard a faint voice from under the earth. It was a voice coming from the mountains. The Carcan bird flew into the sky and headed for the voice. In the mountains, it seemed that something was calling. Reaching the top of the mountain, the Carcan bird found an old snake sitting between a large rock. The snake said that he had lived in the mountains for a long time and knew the cause of the wind that was raging in the village. "Carcan bird, I know how to pacify the wind spirits. But I can't use that power. Because I don't have enough strength to control the anger in my heart." The Carcan bird heard those words and made up his mind. "Maybe I can have that power. My flapping of wings will help calm the wind." So, the Carcan bird took a deep breath from the top of the mountain and made a loud feather sound with all its might. His feathers shook the air, and the wind spirits reacted to the power of the Carcan bird, quietly calming down. The wind gradually subsided, the sound of the wind flowing from the mountains became calmer, and the wind blowing through the village calmed down. "Carcan bird, I know how to pacify the wind spirits. But I can't use that power." Back in the village, the villagers looked up at the sky and were amazed at the calmness of the wind. The crops were growing and the water in the river was clear, and I felt that a light of hope shone through the village. The Carcan bird flew into the sky again, and with the villagers' voices of gratitude on its back, it flew high into the sky. Since then, the Carcan bird has become a guardian deity for the villagers, and has become a legend as a being who always appears to help in times of trouble. His flapping of wings has been passed down as a symbol of the power to maintain the harmony of nature. And today, the Carcan bird continues to watch over the peaceful world while flying in the sky, listening to the sounds of nature. End.